Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot. And I felt this instant pull to jump on and do a Divine Masculine energy reading. What I heard from the guides is how the tables have turned. Who is the Divine Masculine behind the mask? So I kind of feel the mask is falling. I do feel a lot of the masculines are being hit with challenge, obstacle, back to back. It's feeling like intense tower energy for many of the divine masculines for this lack of reciprocity, this lack of accountability, integrity, and truth. So I feel many are kind of being taken to their knees in the energies right now, kind of like balancing the scales, like the feminine was taken to her knees when the masculine rejected us. I feel now the tables have turned and the masculine deeply fears rejection from the feminine, knowing that he did not value her, he did not treat her with respect. And I feel a lot of the masculines are projecting a lot of anger and rage towards the feminine, which in turn is bouncing right back to them in order for them to take accountability for their past actions, for the lack of reciprocity and accountability. So let's jump in with some cards, guys, and see what kind of energies need to come through for the Divine Masculine, what's going to play out over the next several days for the Masculine Collective. If you have not already done so, do feel free to hit that subscribe button below to join the channel. And let's jump right in and see what is coming through for the Divine Masculine. Major power shift, I feel. The feminine's in power now, and the masculine's kind of been emasculated is kind of what I'm feeling. Get ready to receive a message. I think the masculine is being pushed, haunted by spirit to restore a sense of karmic balance within this connection. And I think it's kind of D-Day. It's Judgment Day is what I'm feeling. So let's see what needs to come through with the cards. For the Divine Masculine, I think, yeah, the tables definitely have turned. I do feel he is coming into that awareness of just how powerful this connection is. And a card went flying. So let's see what that is. Oh my gosh. Okay, I kind of feel the masculine's coming to terms with the fact that he is a powerful light worker. I think there's recognition when it comes to this soul connection. And I think there's a lot of anger and rage coming up to be addressed when it comes to just how significant he truly does feel about the divine feminine. And I think preparing to take action towards this very important journey towards bringing healing light into humanity, into this connection. I think the masculine's deep within this dark night of the soul void, trying to work through all of these skewed perceptions, this gap in space and time as the divine kind of like has their way with the masculine and the energies in order for this expansive journey into greater unlimited abundance. I feel the masculine really is struggling with releasing his ego at this time, and the divine's powerful agenda is overriding the masculine's free will choices. So I think those free will choices are coming back to bite him in the ass, and there's a lot of karmic consequences in the energies for the masculine when it comes to this very important spiritual connection that the twins share. And there's that aloneness. So I feel the masculine is feeling at that rock bottom, very alone, just craving the warmth and the company of the divine feminine, knowing that her peaceful, loving presence is where his heart truly belongs. And I feel this loneliness will cease to exist when he works through these ego fears, his pride, his ego, this guilt, this remorse, and, reignites his passions again. I do feel the masculine is kind of feeling very alone. I do also feel quiet introspection is what is needed in order for him to come into this greater awareness when it comes to reigniting his passions. Ooh, we get the divine masculine energy today. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I kind of feel this very solitary energy. I think the masculine really doesn't like his own company. I don't think he likes what he sees in the mirror. And there's that deflection, that projection. I think he's projecting a lot of his anger and rage towards the divine feminine, because we are standing in our power. We are in the light. And I feel the masculine's really in a very tough situation that he's really created for himself. And, you know, I think he's blaming the feminine, but in essence, the masculine needs to break these chains of addiction in order to choose freedom and liberation. So I think the masculine is trying to seek out some information. I think he's watching your social media, divine feminine. I think this deep, strong curiosity is being sparked. And I think the masculine's finally ready to be the student. He thought he was the teacher, but in essence, he's the one learning the lesson at this time. And I feel if the masculine is to progress forward, he's really going to have to exhibit some logic to, you know, kind of bring this into reasoning and to assert himself in order to take action. So I feel this deep pull towards the feminine. I think, you know, this passion being reignited, this flame being activated when it comes to this heart energy. I do feel a lot of moodiness, a lot of triggers coming up for the masculine when it comes to all of the people that really did misguide him, led him down the beaten pathway with lies about the divine feminine. I think there's a lot of gossip surrounding the masculine, a lot of exposure. I think the light really is illuminating all of this to the masculine's heart and soul. And I feel he's kind of being taken to that 0 point, that rock bottom, like the feminine was taken to, in order to zero out this past life karma is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Gateway of Light activation deck by Kyle Gray. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Emerald Tablet activation. So divine cosmic ordering is playing out in the energies, I feel. A lot of divine alchemy and that conscious manifestation of the divine feminine's hard work is coming into fruition is what I'm feeling. So we will keep going and see what other energies are needing to come through for the divine masculine when it comes to this shift. There's that solar plexus. And that was the message that I channeled this morning after meditation. I feel he's facing a lot of fear, anger, guilt, regret. This inner fire is kind of being activated when it comes to the masculine embracing his strength of spirit, his willpower to take action. I kind of feel there's that heart chakra opening. A lot of these masculine fear unlocking the gateway of generosity. They've really not reciprocated any of these emotions. They've been very cold, very detached. And I feel this holy grail activation. The divine feminine is the holy grail cup for the divine masculine. And I feel as this inner discovery comes into the masculine's awareness, he is seeking you, divine feminine. He is seeking this sacredness from your love. And I feel there's that crown chakra upgrade. So I feel this divine connection really is enveloping the divine masculine in this very holy experience. A lot of miraculous light code energies in and around the masculine. And I feel in order for him to walk through this gateway, he's going to have to activate his voice. He's really got to come forward with that truth. Without the blame game, I feel a lot of the masculines are blaming the divine feminine for all of this upheaval in their life, when in turn, this is a physical manifestation of their lack of integrity and accountability. So I would like to read in a little bit more into this Holy Grail energy. You know, we talk about the Holy Grail love. The divine feminine truly is the chalice holder. And I feel the masculine really is kicking himself in the ass right now for rejecting the feminine. I think he sees your essence. He knows you truly are a goddess and an empress. And I feel the projection really is this activation. I feel a lot of root chakra activations when it comes to anger, survival fear, and rejection fears. And let's read about this Holy Grail, because I do feel this is the gateway. I think the masculine really is seeking that Holy Grail cup that Jesus drank from. I feel a lot of Christ code activations when it comes to the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. I know many of the feminines are taken to the timeline of Christ when we are activated, when we are awakened, and we're shown the Mary Magdalene codes, the divine feminine codes. And I feel, the masculine's heart has been very stone cold, very abusive towards the feminine with this lack of communication. The ghosting is one of the deepest forms of mental abuse and mental manipulation. And I feel the masculine is now learning to feel the opposite of that energy. I do feel a lot of the masculines feel the feminine are done. They've walked away as they've kind of just embraced this mysterious connection from within. And I feel this gateway energy when it comes to the Holy Grail Cup is really encouraging the masculine to stop searching outside of himself, to stop running after every shiny thing that comes his way, and to really dedicate to committed partnerships. I feel the masculine really is going within for this truth to be revealed is what I'm feeling. And a major realization that what the masculine's been searching for this whole time was given to him by the divine, and he ran and rejected the feminine for fear of being emotionally vulnerable and emotionally available. So, we don't know until we know. And I feel, the divine masculine prayed for this connection, and it was already there for him for the taking. And I feel a lot of heart energy coming through when it comes to the loss of this connection. I'm feeling it's very overwhelming, the acknowledgement of this heart energy coming through for the divine masculine. And I think he's on this quest to discover if he can come back from where he's been. I think he feels like it's hopeless. I think he feels like the damage is too great, but the heart keeps calling him back to the feminine. So, the feminine truly is the key for the masculine experiencing heaven on earth. And I feel this big, shiny, divine mirror is in his face, in front of him. He now has to look at that reflection in the mirror in order to seek these answers once and for all. I feel opening up to his own inner divinity. A lot of Sophia and Christos codes are coming in for the collective. A lot of these infinite light code activations I've been transmuting for the last several days. A lot of DNA cellular upgrades. And when I do that, I always go into meditation. And when I receive all of these downloads, I do receive activations as well. So I think the masculine really needs to search for God right now. And I do feel like the masculine's cup of love is overflowing as all of this repression is unlocked and unleashed when it comes towards the divine feminine. I do feel major heart chakra awakenings, that higher heart activation. And the masculine really is needing to be generous now. The masculine's been a greedy hoarder with his money, with his emotions, with his communication, and I feel how have the tables turned, because the spirit guides really are confirming for the masculine it's time to learn this lesson in its entirety if he is to transcend and rise above all of these physical limitations that I feel are just coming at him like non-stop, especially since that Cancer full moon. But we will see what is being activated with the Dragon Oracle deck, and we get the blue dragon from Pleiades. He's being prepared to accept this deep spiritual healing connection is what I'm feeling. Definitely a heart activation, and he's learning a major lesson when it comes to equal giving and receiving in order for this heart healing. I feel, the feminine has done such a good job at bringing soul families and communities together along her journey, spreading awareness, belonging, warmth, and oneness. And it's kind of time for the masculine to step into that leadership role with the divine feminine is what I'm feeling. I think a deep inner awareness of how much love he truly does have for the divine feminine. So what else do we need to be aware of when it comes to the divine masculine's energy? Expansion, ascension, golden Christed dragon. So there's that Christ activation, the Christ code activations, Christ consciousness, bringing the masculine into this state of higher love, higher awareness in order for him to embody the Christ light, as the feminine has embodied the Sophia code activation. So I feel a lot of absorption of these codes that are coming in. I do feel the masculine is protected, although he's likely dealing with a lot of negative forces right now in his life, as this heart expansion takes place and brings him into these fifth dimensional energies. So I think, you know, an awakening when it comes to the soul memories, the past life timelines, the past life karma, as the masculine comes into this higher spiritual understanding of the connection. So I think get prepared for accelerated motion. I think the masculine's being spun out of his comfort zone as he goes through this light expansion, to embrace being that benevolent, peaceful leader, that spiritual warrior for humanity. And I feel finally remembering that he is here to help those in need. So I kind of feel as he opens up to this transcendent love and this enlightenment, he's going through a deep level of transmutation, purification through the heart space, with the lilac fire dragon. And then we also have the aquamarine dragon from Neptune. So, you know, Neptune is the illusionary world, and a lot of these masculines were kept under the veil of illusion with that karmic contract. And with Neptune in Pisces right now, I believe it's in Pisces, you know, you think of Pisces in that low vibration. It's using your psychic awareness and your gifts for, you know, negative forces. And I feel the masculines really played into that very low grade south node comfort zone. And I feel this new spiritual wisdom is being activated as the masculine is developing his psychic foresight. A lot of soul memories, soul knowledge coming through when it comes to these Christ code activations. And I do feel this quickening energy coming through. And I think, you know, I do feel many of the feminines are coming into good fortune, are coming into that cosmic abundance. And I do feel a lot of support is around the divine feminine as she really aligns with that original soul blueprint that the twins share. But let's see what needs to come through with the Soul Journey Oracle deck. I think happiness. The masculine knows he's not in alignment. He's not happy at all wherever he's at. And I think he's lacked that courage and that strength to come forward with confidence. I think he's working through a lot of fear at the moment, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. And this is why the masculine runs, because of these deep-seated underlying feelings of unworthiness. So there's that death, that profound life transformation. Major karmic endings are taking place for many of the masculines. Everything is crumbling all around them in order for this new beginning. I do feel there's that anger I felt towards the feminine, a lot of envy towards the feminine. I don't think the masculine understands how much turmoil and grief and pain that the feminine had to go through, facing all of these challenges along the journey. And now have the tables turned, because all of that envy and rage and anger he's projecting onto the feminine is now bouncing back to him, because the feminine is in alignment. So I think get ready for big changes. The masculine is experiencing drastic upheaval, drastic changes in his life, because without this upheaval, this divine assistance, the masculine would never evolve or grow or move forward. I think he was quite comfortable in that comfort zone, playing into those low-grade, addictive, negative behaviors and patterns. Is there anything else that needs to come through for the divine masculine, please? Service, knowing that it's time to step into service if he is to restore a sense of joy, peace, and happiness in his life. So I feel he sees the pathway forward clearly. The pathway is with the feminine. He needs to find his inner strength and his courage to face these fears, to restore a sense of confidence, in order to, you know, embrace this karmic freedom. The masculine is always creating his own reality. So any projections towards you, divine feminine, just know that's where the masculine is lacking that strength, and, you know, that self-esteem. The masculine always has the ability to create his own happiness. And I feel he does desire you within his physical reality. And he sees you doing your part, stepping into service. And I feel he knows it's time to move forward. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Psychic Tarot. What other energies need to come through for the Divine Masculine with this shift, please? Yeah, there's that resistance. The Fool reversed, feeling very foolish. He's resisted this new cycle in love for such a long time. I think he's kicking himself in the ass. He sees you clearly. He feels you on the heart. There is a need to bring harmony back into these connections. I feel getting ready to make an unexpected choice in love, closing out a major universal cycle. And there's that fear, going deep within these shadow aspects, confronting his ego, releasing the ego, stepping into spiritual wisdom. I feel triumph is around the corner, but the masculine is really needing to, you know, embrace this fall. I feel like the universe has pushed him off the ledge. Yeah, they have. There's that 0 point again, zeroing out the karma, the Fool. And he's dealing with the Queen of Wands reversed. I feel he's dealing with somebody very jealous, very controlling, very possessive. I feel he's watched everywhere he goes. I feel he's kind of like a puppet on the karmic string. There's no healing. Things are getting worse. And I think he's got to look in the mirror right now. He's got to come forward with that truth, that acknowledgement of this truth once and for all. But let's see what the current energies are for the Divine Masculine. We'll get a message as well from his higher self. So current energies, we got the 9 of Wands. Oh, the 6 of Wands, actually. So I think rising above the fray, I kind of feel everything around him is ashes and dust. I kind of feel, yeah, there's an unrequited love situation with the Queen of Wands reversed. You know, I think the masculine's really been gripping to control in a situation that he's needing to move on from. We have the King of Cups in reversed, and the Chariot. So, you know, there's no love left here. I feel that those blocked emotions are coming out like this fire from within. You know, I always say face the dragon, get the gold. And I feel the masculine's drowning in these repressed emotions at this time. You know, he's in a very toxic, unrequited love situation. This truly is a victory, though, because the masculine is getting ripped wide open with the 3 of Swords. I feel death, darkness all around the Divine Masculine because, you know, he's been hiding from this truth for such a long time. Resistance to facing that final judgment call. I do feel he's facing some very harsh karmic judgment in the energies today. What does the Divine Masculine's higher self wish to say to the Divine Feminine? Oh, bullseye. Yeah, he's a target. He's a moving target. The Wheel of Fortune in reversed. I feel a string of bad luck, a series of unfortunate events. I don't read Roman numerals very well, but I just feel this downward spiral is taking place with the masculine. A lot of universal force. There's major imbalances. There's that liar, liar, pants on fire energy. The King of Swords in reverse. You know, the masculine was abusive. Ghosting is a form of mental and emotional abuse. I feel everything is being flipped upside down in the masculine's world. There's no balance. There's no harmony. There's an absence of truth. There's an absence of abundance. There's an absence of love. And he's spiraling. He's like a moving target in the energy. And I feel, you know, he's going to keep experiencing all of these setbacks and challenges until he, you know, leaps forward and releases that karmic third-party energy. I feel maybe the karmic's spanking him or something, but I kind of feel like the karmic's just like taking him down in order for this to be reflected towards him. So Yeah, I feel the time is now for temperance, for healing to take place. So near future energies, please, for the divine masculine. Devil reversed, breaking those cosmic chains. We've got the moon energy, so a lot of mirror reflection coming through for the masculine. When it comes to these toxic addictive patterns, when it comes to, the karmic energies seducing him, I feel, these lustful, temptress energies in and around the masculine, and I feel, there is no healing. We got the star reversed, hopeless, dark, dreary, and then we get the Knight of Swords. So I kind of feel the masculine is flying out of that toxic situation. I think he's drowning in his own shadow aspects, breaking the chains of restrictions, breaking the chains of addictions, maybe even blocking the karmic energy. There's that blocked communication too. So I think the masculine feels like there's no hope with rushing in with communication, because he allowed this to go on for as long as he could. And, he sees, a solid foundation with the feminine. He sees her clearly as wish fulfillment, and something that can build a legacy. And I feel, here he is, frozen in time when it comes to closing out this karmic cycle, living in a bubble when it comes to not coming forward with that truth. So what is hidden below the surface, please, for the divine masculine? What is hidden below the surface, please? There's that High Priestess reversed, come out reversed, the Empress, and the Three of Cups. So yeah, exposure. Secrets are coming out. I think that third party is well aware that the masculine has never released the divine feminine. I think laser focused on seeking out some more information. I think the masculine's been, working on his stability, working on his finances before coming forward with that first step. And I think divine's like, no, that's not how it works, Mr. Divine Masculine, Mr. Divine Stalker, Creepy Pants. I think divine's like, no, these blocks are being removed. This is being exposed because you have a foundation here to build with the divine feminine. And I kind of feel the masculine really doesn't have anything stable to offer. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, perhaps even a job loss, in order for him to, come into that full acceptance of this missed opportunity. Sleepless night, stress, anxiety, guilt-ridden, remorse-ridden, and, I think, everything is coming to light. Those veils of illusions are shattering, and, I think all he can think about is the divine feminine. So what is a potential outcome? Four of Pentacles, holding on, gripping to control. When it comes to coming forward, the masculine knows we got the 4 and the 3 equals the 7. So the masculine knows time's up. It's time to stop gripping to control. There's a new opportunity to work together, but there's a need to bring this full circle and to speak that truth. I feel the truth is the feminine is his ultimate happily ever after. He sees the feminine's already built an abundant foundation, stable foundation for herself, living the good life. I think the masculine is going through a psycho-spiritual scrub in the energies in order to close out this cycle, because he did not value the divine feminine. He was not faithful. He was not invested. He played games, and I think there's a lot of memories being triggered with the Six of Cups. I'm being shown the Rapunzel theme. So I feel like he just wants to come and offer that higher level of commitment, because he's going down. The Emperor reverse, he's been a tyrant. He's been abusive. He's been non-emotional. And I feel everything is crumbling all around the masculine when it comes to his deceptive ways, self-deception, manipulative behavior, wanting to win at all cost. I feel the masculine's getting cutthroat in the energy by the karmic in order for this karmic rebalancing and a brand new beginning to ensue. So Yeah, external forces are definitely influencing the masculine's life. He's really needing to pay attention to what's going to bring him fulfillment. And, happiness never requires permission. I think the masculine is being given the opportunity to do this over, start over, a chance to start something over. But will he do something differently? I suppose that's the question, because I know many of the feminines have had a walk-in come in that is open, honest, emotionally available, and is going to walk the path with her. So I kind of feel the divine is asking the masculine to take better care of his health, his mind, his body, and his soul. I do feel a lot of health issues coming up with the Four of Swords reversed. I think things are getting worse. And I think, all of these extreme forces are pushing the masculine to take accountability for all of the lies, all of the cheating, all of the deceiving when it comes to this connection. Any last messages for the divine feminine or the divine masculine, please, when it comes to this energy reading? What else do we need to be aware of when it comes to the divine masculine? So I think Spirit is encouraging him to be brave. He can do this. I think a lot of these divine masculines fear having their heart ripped out of their chest. And I think right now, the feminine is this pillar of light, encouraging the masculine to be capable and strong enough to overcome these challenges. And, the bitterness, the resentment, the projection, the deflection needs to stop. The divine masculine really needs to forgive himself for throwing away a connection that was divinely gifted to him. So I feel, the mistreatment that the divine masculine gave to the feminine is coming full circle. I do feel he's being very mistreated by the karmic energy. And, if he were to embrace forgiveness right now, it would be amazingly liberating and powerful for him in order to move through all of these challenges. I think, the divine is saying it's time for the masculine to get rigorously honest with himself about what has been going on, what he has been hiding below the surface. And, bottom line is, Spirit's in control now. Divine will always supersedes free will, and this is in the hands of the divine now. And what I'm hearing is, let the divine have their way with the masculine, because they certainly had their way with us when we experienced this awakening. So I feel the masculine fears that is going to be a no. I do think this is a very auspicious time for the Twin Flame Collective. And I think the masculine is shifting some perceptions. I feel he's trying to see things from another vantage point, another viewpoint, a different perspective. And self-awareness is going to be key as the masculine goes through this upheaval. So some quiet time and meditation really will serve many of the masculines during this transit, during these energy shifts. Subtle cues may tell you what someone's words are not. So, although the masculine has been absolutely silent, rejected us time and time and time again, the feminine can hear the words unspoken, the man behind the mask. That is what they fear. The divine feminine sees through the ego, can see completely through the divine masculine, sees him at the core, and that absolutely terrifies the masculine. But I think the time is now to heal the past, to enjoy the present moment, and to finally embrace the future. So I think the masculine really is taking some time to ponder how the hell he's gonna come forward and reconnect with you. I think right now he's kind of reconnecting with his own heart. And I do think this hurts because he's really chosen a lot of people that have disrespected him. He's lacked personal dignity and integrity because he chose a very toxic situation over what divine love was bringing him. So I think maturity, the divine masculine is maturing through this transmutation process, recognizing when a lesson has been achieved, when it's time to walk away, recognizing, that all of this chaos and conflict in his life is a direct reflection of his lack of integrity. What he keeps resisting will keep persisting. And I think learning is necessary at this time for the masculine. So I think divine feminine, all you can do right now is just be the observer. Keep going forward. Nothing outside of you will ever complete you, divine feminine. And when you come into that inner wholeness, that's what triggers your free will to be activated on the journey. So always choose yourself, divine feminine. Be patient, because there is a necessary transition taking place. Allow this to occur. Allow this fall to occur. We all have to go through the fall in order to rise like the phoenix. And that's kind of what I've got. They want me to grab a couple crystal stone deck messages. So we will get a couple last energies for the divine masculine. I kind of feel the divine is wiping the slate clean. I kind of feel rock bottom. I think brutal ending taking place for all of this extra shady behavior. I think currently going through a deep spiritual cleansing process, clearing all of this negative energy away. I'm clearing the pathway. What else needs to come through for the divine masculine? Lemurian quartz. There's that mental mind fuckery. And I remember being in that dark night of the soul, and I wouldn't sleep for days because of the mental disturbance from the loss of contentment. I feel now the tables have turned, and the masculine has to face this mountain, to climb this mountain, to face all of these deep inner wounds in order to evolve beyond his current state, is what I'm feeling. So I think the masculine's really shouting for help. I feel he's drowning in this takedown energy, and all of these over mental stimulating fragmented pieces coming towards the masculine, awakening to this spell that's been cast on him by the karmic energy. And then we get meteorites. So I always think of like Superman energy. The masculine needs to learn to be his own hero, is kind of what I'm feeling. I feel a lot of memories dated all the way back to the beginning of time, to the original soul split that the twins experienced, honoring our cosmic intelligence and the fact that we are all children of the cosmos. So I kind of feel eyes wide open. Rose-colored glasses have been removed. He's looking to conduct himself in a more authentic energy. I do feel a lot of spiritual activations. The masculine knows it's time to have that chat, to have that conversation, to find his inner strength, to come forward and experience this pulsating activation when it comes to the twins. And, you know, with the ametrine, I think it's kind of time for the masculine to release this chronic indecision, to restore a sense of balanced harmony in his life. I feel he's being unearthed in order to trigger action to be taken. So I kind of feel spirit saying the deadline's now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Because, you know, I think the masculine's been swiping left, and it's time for him to swipe right. Maybe your masculine is experiencing, you know, a lot of rejection on a dating site or something. But I kind of feel the masculine's tried to replace you, and he can't replace you. It's time to answer the call. It's time for the masculine to remember everything and to trust that things will be amazing as his spiritual path is completely illuminated. I feel a lot of stormy emotions, a lot of emotional outbursts surrounding the masculine when it comes to this constant nagging, constant reminder of the spiritual path with the divine feminine. And I think things are clearer than they ever have been before for the divine masculine. So I think elevated vibrations are coming in. And as we elevate our vibrations, all of these low-grade energies have to be, you know, completely stripped out of our life in order for the vastness of this consciousness to be expanded. So I think, you know, instead of the masculine chasing every shiny thing, every lustful temptation, it's time for the masculine to chase enlightenment is a big message. So that's kind of what I've got for a current energy read for the divine masculine. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.